Is there a silver bullet to debt collection when you're sued for debt? Brought to you by Kenneth Chabert at yourlegallegup.com. Your advantage if you're being sued by debt collectors. Is there such a thing as debt? When banks issue credit and consumers use it to buy things, have they gone into debt? Or is it all some sort of fast-talking illusion spun by the banks and moneyed interests? From time to time, people make comments on my site and elsewhere to the effect that because the Federal Reserve, which prints, that is, issues dollars, is private, and because of the nature of the fractional reserve system, you do not go into debt when you use your credit card and don't pay it off. I do not take this position or advocate for it. I believe that looking for a silver bullet to kill debt or a magic wand to wave it away will bring you grief. That doesn't mean I have no sympathy for the argument against the current banking system. In our banking system, money comes into existence when it's borrowed from the banks. And basically what happens is that if I borrow $1,000 from the bank, they print up 10 $100 IOUs and give them to me to pay somebody the $1,000. How can I pay my debt with somebody else's IOU? And why does the bank get to create these things anyway? More to the point, if the bank uses my asking for a loan as an excuse to print up money at no risk or expense to itself, how can I be left owing money? It's pretty clear that the founders of this country did not intend for that to be possible. They put a requirement that money be gold and silver into the Constitution because they foresaw exactly the sort of problems our country is currently experiencing as a result of the bankers' manipulations. If you borrowed money before 1913 or 14, the bank had to part with some of its money in order to lend it to you. Because I believe this argument has some fundamental validity, and because the history of the law is full of examples of previously rejected ideas becoming the law, I won't say that making this argument is completely wrong. But it has been widely rejected, and the Federal Banking Act stacked the deck against it almost 100 years ago. That's the law that created the Federal Reserve and gave them the right to print money. Because the economy has depended on this banking system for 100 years, it seems very unlikely that you would ever get a judge to overturn it. An attack on the nature of debt and credit and money is probably barking up the wrong tree. Luckily, there is a more practical attack if you want to win your case. Although the silver bullet approach can seem very tempting and easy, I believe that people being sued by debt collectors would be much better off pleading the argument in the answer maybe, but then ignoring it unless the Supreme Court radically changes the law. There are far more practical tactics at hand. As I have often explained, debt collectors seldom, if ever, begin their lawsuits with the evidence they need to win. They don't know if they can get it at all, often can't get it in time, and can never get it without spending money to get it. Most of the lawsuits they file, paradoxically, never put them to the test of answering any of these questions or require them to produce any real evidence at all. If you learn to uncover these weaknesses and exploit them, you will have an excellent chance of driving them away even without a silver bullet. It isn't always easy. It does take some work, and it can be frustrating at times. But you can do it yourself with a little help, definitely. And it feels great to do it. Protect what's yours, and don't let the debt collectors rip you off. My site and materials can help. Go to yourlegallegup.com. Get my litigation manual and forums, or get the videos and defend yourself. You'll be glad that you did. You may not consider this video or anything I say in this or any video as legal advice. I cannot give you legal advice, but as a former lawyer, I do know the legal process and debt law very well. So use what I say as a source of information and apply your own judgment to your case. To get more help on fighting debt collectors and their lawsuits, go to yourlegallegup.com. Get my litigation manual and forums. If you appreciate this video, please take a second and like it, subscribe, and friend me, as these things will help others find my videos and begin to learn more about the debt litigation process. Defend yourself from the debt collectors. on Facebook or YouTube, as these things help others find my videos and begin to learn more about the debt litigation process. Defend yourself from the debt collectors.